Okay, so I tried to record this video like last week. Um, for some reason, it won't load, so I'm gonna try again here. Um, kind of what I'm gonna go over here is misery in life and love and relationships, and something I learned that was pretty prolific and it really struck a chord at the time. Um, I talked to a friend of mine, somebody I used to hang out with and date um, years ago. God, probably 7, 8 years ago. Um, we haven't really talked since then. I mean, you've seen her out and about over the last few years with her boyfriend. They recently went through a breakup. They'd been together for 4 years. And after going through the breakup with my fiance, we just started talking about love, relationships, and what we went through and how hard it's been, and the way it's affected us. Um, and Then she started talking about her parents, and they've been married for, I think, 30, 40 years, something like that. And they had saved up all this money. They're very active in their church. Just, they're great people. They adopted kids, everything else. My friend, she actually was adopted by them. Um, and she had said that, she went to this conference and they talked about how, people say love will get you through anything. And I believe love does get you through things. It gives you the strength and the power to push yourself to limits you may not push yourself to with just the average person. Um, but one thing that she said is, and this is what got me, it's how well do you suffer? Because you're going to suffer with everything in life. Your kids are going to drive you up the wall. They're going to make you miserable at times. Your parents will. Your brothers and sisters, your spouse, your husband, your wife, your fiance. They're going to make you miserable. Friends, the nature of relationships is highs and lows, good and bad. So you're going to be miserable at times. You're going to question, why am I with this person? Why do I talk to this person? Why did I have kids? I mean, you'll have that kid thought to yourself probably a few times when it's 3 o'clock in the morning and that infant is screaming and crying and you can't get any sleep and they have colic and they're crapping and pissing and all you want to do is have 20 minutes of relaxation. You want to take a bath, a shower. You smell. You've been up. There's vomit and piss all over you. Whatever. Um, in your relationship, you might be fighting over something stupid. You might encounter money issues. I mean, finance is the leading cause of divorce in the world. Um, Friends, your friend might do something stupid that really upsets you, and they do it a few times. And you're like, I keep saying that this bothers me, but they keep doing the same thing. But I love this person. They're my best friend. Or, I love my spouse, but they keep doing this. I love my boyfriend, my girlfriend, they keep doing this. Or whatever. Um, but how well do you suffer? I mean, my friend, her parents, like I said, they've been together for 30, 40 years, and she almost died twice in the last year. The last time was on, incidentally, Mother's Day, the day that I got engaged. And they had saved up, and they said they were very active in their church. Good, great people. Like I said, they adopted her. And now, because of her medical condition, they can't go travel. They can't see the world. They're stuck in Ohio. And let me tell you, it sucks to be stuck in Ohio in the first place because the weather here is crap. But there's some misery there. There's some things you want to do, but you can't do now. And what do you do when those hard times come? Do you cut and run? Or do you stay and fight? I don't like quitters. Um, I don't believe in quitting. That stems from playing high school football and being a first year senior and catching so much crap every single day because I didn't get any playing time. By the fourth game of the season, I was in physical therapy for this shoulder, this knee, and this ankle. All by the fourth game. I got zero playing time. Actually, I got like 4.5 minutes maybe the entire year. I sucked because I was a first year senior. I had no idea what I was doing. I got made fun of daily. So I walk in the locker room, fourth game of the year. I cave in a locker with my fist. I didn't cave it in. I did dent it though. And one of my teammates walks up. He's like, "Hey, Brewer." I'm like, "The fuck do you want?" He looks at me and he says, "Hey, sorry." He's like, he's like, "I've been playing football my whole life." He's like, "And what you deal with and what you go through every single day," he's like, "I couldn't do it." Little did he know I was going to quit that night. I was going to turn in my gear, be like, "I'm done. I want no part of this bullshit." But I realized then, if I quit then, that sets the stage for me being able to quit on other things that are more important in life. So I didn't quit. Finished the season. I didn't wrestle that year because I was in physical therapy for both shoulders. Wrestled one match. I weighed 218, and I was wrestling heavyweight. And the guy I wrestled weighed like 270 something. I went 2 periods, couldn't last. Couldn't even take my singlet off. It hurt so bad to move my arms. I ended up having shoulder surgery later on and everything else. But back to the original thing. Are you a quitter or are you a runner? It'd be real easy to encounter something life-altering with someone and say, "Hey, I quit, I'm done." So think about this. Think about Christopher Reeve. The guy played Superman. He was a great actor, made a ton of money, and he went out and rode his horse one day, fell off, broke his neck, and now his wife has to wipe his ass for the rest of her life. Do you think that's what she wanted? No, she loved him. She wanted to be able to do all the traveling, the husband and wife things. Now, she has to wipe her husband's ass and give him showers for the rest of her life. Do you think there's not some level of misery and some suffering there? I think there's not suffering seeing him go through that and recognizing the fact that your life will never be the same. I'm sure there was. Who wouldn't? But she suffered through it. She fought through it because she loved him. Because she recognized that if you love something, you don't just cut and run. You don't dip out. You don't leave. You fight for a better day. Too many couples, too many people lose sight of that. And they dip out and they cut and they run. They fight. They lose the ability to fight because it got too hard. I don't quit. I don't run. I never have. I never will. It's not in my nature to do that. I weighed 350 pounds. Couldn't see my toes or my dick at one point. Okay? Went through the divorce started. My ex-wife said, "You'll never have abs." I had lost about 45, 50 pounds that time just because I didn't eat. I didn't work out as much. And I just lost it because of the depression and the anxiety of going through a divorce. So once I got my head right, I started back in the gym. I went from 305 to 218 with abs in 6 months because I didn't quit. That's in you too. You just got to find that shit and you got to work it and you got to bust your ass, okay? But how well do you suffer? I learned how to suffer back then. I learned how to fight through anxiety and depression back then. And I have more anxiety and more depression right now because this breakup, this loss of my fiance hurts worse than anything I've ever gone through in my entire life. I wake up sometimes 2-3 times a night thinking of her. Even now. She broke up with me the week before Christmas. We're at the end of February, and I still think about her. I have woken up some nights in tears. And not much phases me emotionally. Like, I feel there's something wrong with me because I don't feel the same level of emotions people feel. I don't have a lot of strong human connections with other people. I literally could not talk to most people I know, and it wouldn't faze me. I just don't have that same level of feelings. I don't feel that much for a lot of people. But when I do feel something, it's strong. And the feelings I had for her were the strongest I've ever had in my life. She was there for me when no one else would have been. She had my back like no one else would have. And I don't understand fully what happened to make this breakup happen. Probably never will. That's something I deal with. Is a struggle I have is that I always have to try to understand everything. And at some point you have to realize that there's no answer. You won't have an answer. You may not understand it. But how well do you suffer? How well do you fight? So right now, maybe you guys are going through problems in your marriage. Maybe it's finances. Maybe it's your kids. And maybe you feel like, fuck it, I can't do this. I want to give up. I want to quit. What you're going through now is preparation for something worse. And if you cut and run now, and you leave now, you are making it easier for yourself later on to do the same thing. Think about that. You've been through something already in your life that may have rocked you, may have caused you depression, may have hurt you in ways you didn't think were possible. But you're going through something now that hurts worse. So what do? Do you stand and fight? Do you pick yourself up by your bootstraps and go to war? Or do you dip? Me? It's been really, it's there's been times I've wanted to quit on life right now. There have been times when I've begged God to take me off this earth because I don't feel like I can handle the pain. Because the person who believed in me most, who had my back most, left. And it's made me question my self-worth. Like, am I worth it? What do I matter? And I fight that feeling sometimes. And I really question myself. I question, what's my worth? What am I worth? Was our relationship ever real? And so what I'm learning is I can't focus on that. I need to focus on how well am I going to suffer through this? And what's going to be the outcome? I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I don't know if there is a chance for us to work this out one day when things get better in both of our lives, or if there's too much damage that's been done. I don't know. None of us know. But what I do know is what I can do right now is focus on my job, my career, making myself a better person, getting ready for this bodybuilding show, trying to get this mess into something that looks good, because it doesn't look terrible, but I'm not where I need to be. That's what I need to focus on. And making myself into a better person, a better version of me, will make me ready and more prepared for that person that is supposed to be in my life, whether it's her or someone else. So I'm learning how to suffer. But at the same time, in the suffering, because I love her still, and I would die for her right now, I would give my life for her right now and for her kid. Because there's no one I've ever loved the way I love her. What I've learned is I'm willing to suffer. I've learned that skill. I'm willing to suffer for someone and for love and for the relationship, for something I believe in. Are you? So like I said, say you're encountering some financial difficulties right now, or you're encountering something like that makes you question whether you want to be in this relationship or whether you can handle this relationship. Think about this. This is preparation for something worse, and there are better days ahead. But what you have to do is you have to develop your ability to suffer so that you can see a better day. Okay, because there's no, unless the person's cheating, they're banging out strange every night, or even having an affair or something like that, you really got to think of why you're leaving, why you're thinking about leaving, why you're thinking about quitting. Is it your fear, or is it something valid? Because fear can do one of a couple things. It can either make you do great things. That's why a fireman runs into a burning building. Think he's not afraid? No, that dude's scared. He doesn't want to die. Think that cop isn't afraid when they have to pull their gun to protect somebody else? You think that person storming, kicking down doors in Iraq isn't afraid? No, they are. But their fear is motivating them to do something great. You can let fear motivate you to do something stupid. You can motivate fear to let you quit, or you can let it make you better. What are you? You a runner? Are you a fighter? Are you a quitter? Are you a sticker? You got to ask yourself that. You got to figure that out. You got to figure out how well you can suffer through the bull crap for a better day. And you got to recognize that what you do now sets the stage for the rest of your life. You duck and run now, it makes it easier next time something hard happens. If you fight now, it makes you stronger for the next bad thing, because you will have worse. Your spouse might get sick, and you might have to take care of them, wipe their ass for the rest of your life. Your kid might get sick. You might have to wipe your kid's ass for the rest of your life. Your parents, we don't know. You don't know what's in store for you. But what you do know is something bad is coming. Something worse is coming. So is something better. And what you do now sets the stage for how you handle that in the future. So, pull up your boots, get to work, fight for what's important. Fight for love. Fight for family. Fight for the people that will have your back the same way. Because I can tell you, if God came to me right now, he's like, Brian, he's like, I will make you a millionaire. You will never have to want for anything in life. Ever. You're going to live till you're 80. You're going to see your kid grow up. Blah, blah, blah. Or, I will give you 5 years. But in those 5 years, you're going to have to penny pinch. You're going to struggle. But you'll have Linda back in your life. I would say I'll enjoy the next 5 years. I will fight and struggle for the person I love, rather than not having the person I love and having a financially great life. Because at the end of the day, what matters most are the people you love and the impact you leave on their lives. And I haven't always left a good impact. I've made mistakes, and there are so many things I would take back and make better if I could. But I can't. But what I do know is I can fix those things going forward so they don't repeat themselves. And that's what life is all about. It's about learning, growing, and making things better, not cutting and running because it got hard. Where? It got hard. It got tough. Well, you know what you need to do? You need to get tough too. And that's what I'm learning, because I'm broken right now. I am emotionally and mentally spent right now. I have no place that I go where I don't feel stress. I go to work. I'm stressed because I'm trying to make my career, I'm trying to grow my career. I go to the gym, but the gym I go to is the gym where my fiance and I had our first date. I'm sleeping on my mom's couch because I am trying to grow my career, and I don't have the money to just go buy my own place right now. So I have no place where I get full night's sleep because I'm sleeping on a couch in my mom's living room. I don't have the money right now to buy my own place, to get my own apartment, because the fiance and I agreed that this career choice that I made was going to be better for us in the long run, because within a year or two I'd be making enough where she would never have to work again. It takes time to build up a sales territory, and I blamed a lot of that on myself. My boss and I went out to lunch the other day, and he told me there's nothing I could have done that would have made my pipeline grow faster, made my job grow faster. I couldn't have done anything to make it any better. It is what it is. So, he told me that he was angry with me a little bit for me putting all that on myself. He said it's like having a baby. You can't make a pregnancy go faster. You can you can try to do things to make it easier. And he said there's some things I can do better with time management and stuff like that. But he said there's things you can do to make a pregnancy easier, there's things you can do to make the job easier. But it's learning and growing. And so I held on to a lot of that, and that was part of my stress. Is I felt like I let her down, and he's like, "You didn't let her down." He's like, "You had an unfair expectation." So, um, I've been learning how to suffer. I've been learning how to lean on some people, um, and talk to some people and grow through these experiences. But learn how to suffer, because by you learning how to suffer, that could drastically change your life and give you a perspective going forward. So, don't be a quitter, be a fighter. Because quitters never win and winners never quit. Kind of cliche to say, but it's fucking true. Okay? Find your faith. My faith has been what's getting me through this, because it's all I have. I don't do anything but go to work, go to the gym, and I go to church on Sundays. I'm not going to go out there and start banging out strange like some people have said to do, because that's not going to help me. I can't do it anyways. Every time I try to hang out with someone, I think of her. My thoughts revolve around her still, because I love her and I want her in my life more than I want to breathe. But it's not going to happen. So I need to focus on the things that can happen, and that is bettering my life, bettering my career, and making myself into the person I need to become. Okay? So I've gone all over the place with this discussion, and it's 21 minutes and 45 seconds in, and you're like, is this ever going to be over? Well, it's over. Learn how to suffer. Learn how to fight. Don't be a quitter. Have a good night. Have a good day whenever you're watching this. Bye.